Hello everyone and welcome to Global Business Line. Today we have with us Kris Gopalakrishnan sir. He's the co-founder of Infosys and the name tells everything about him. So sir, welcome to Global Business Line.
Thank you for having me.
Sir, my first question is you have seen the innovation from the last decade and how you see the innovation and evolving of this and what's your thoughts on that?
So we are seeing waves and waves of technologies impacting not just the industry, even our lives, right? So we take today mobile phones, smartphones to be for granted, but the smartphones really started taking off when iPhone was introduced in 2008, which is 15 years back, right? Internet itself is about 20 years back. Sorry, 30 years back. 1994 is when browser was introduced and internet really took off. So we have had waves of technologies, and some of these technologies are horizontal technologies that impact every industry or majority of the industries, or entire world population, right? When a technology gets widely used, it becomes pervasive, then its impact is huge. Internet is such technology, PC is a technology like that, mobile phone is a technology like that. So right now we are seeing the same thing happening with generative AI, chat GPT. So we are having waves and waves of this technology that impact our lives.
Before coming to the generative AI, we have seen a much bigger changes in the field of Industry 4.0 and 5.0 that is coming on, and also now the industries are also looking forward to the metaverse. Okay, so how you look that shift towards the mindset of the industries only?
See, Industry 4.0 is primarily a B2B kind of technology, where you get factories being automated, you see supply chains getting automated and integrated, you see um, you see increased automation, robotics, and things like that. But it's primarily a B2B phenomenon. Whereas there are certain technologies that are impacting consumers. Internet is something like that. So when something is at the level of the consumers, right, the impact is even higher. So that's what we are seeing now, and that's why when you compare these technologies, you have to look at where is the impact and which segment is it impacting. Anything that impacts consumers will have a far greater implication.
How you look for the DPDP Act that bring?
See, we need a privacy bill, and I'm very glad that finally we have legislated the concept of privacy through this bill. It actually gives you policies around what data should be collected, how that data should be stored and deployed or used, and and gives the consumer or the data principal uh, the confidence that the data will be used properly, appropriately. Now, the implementation of this will take some time because the companies need to understand, the companies need to adjust to these, and the government will have to also put in the structures that are required. For example, the regulator, right, will have to be put in. So it will take some time for the implementation, and how it's implemented will also decide, whether it's easy to comply, difficult to comply, and I'm looking forward to an implementation that is maybe digital and easy to comply.
How you look this effect for the startups, because the startups have been grown, unexpectedly after we got the internet at a very cheap cost. Okay, so how this DPDP is going to affect them?
So, see, many of the things that startups want to do require data. So, having a bill like this brings certainty, will give them the confidence to collect and use data. So, I feel that, you know, yes, this is something new, but once you get adjusted to this, I think it will be easier for startups to collect and use data.
Coming to the AI world, okay, when we have seen the AI and the eKYC using all those things, we are, it's very easy for now to for a individual to like ease of living. Okay, it's increased the ease of living. Okay, when we can expect the ease of doing business and also ease of getting started with doing business?
See, again, that is a continuous improvement that we are seeing now. If you look at, let's say, 2014 to now, the number of startups have gone from maybe 8,000 to 100,000,
Yes.
10 times growth. So clearly, we are seeing that it's easier to create a startup, more importantly, get funded, and many of them are actually scaling up rapidly. Yes, right now we are going through a slow period, uh, but I feel optimistic about the startup ecosystem in India. It's one of the best places to do a startup, one of the best places to be an entrepreneur, and we have a very large market. We have an environment that's very conducive. It's culturally now okay to be an entrepreneur. So these are all very positive, and startups are the ones which are bringing innovations to the market. So in that sense, also we need these startups for India to become a developed economy.
How you see the changes at that time when you have done a startup? Okay, that time there was a no concept of startup, but that time when I have a story that it took 1 year to get a telephone line itself. Okay, and today when it's very easy to get funded, to get investor mentors and all, then also we see a huge fall in the their books of accounts, huge fall down of the startups. So how you see that, what startups need to do, and what measures you have been taken at that time so that your funds are very calculative? Okay, and what they are doing right now, what you see, what's the difference in that?
But clearly, it's a world of difference. You can't even compare what 1981 when Infosys was started to today. It's a world of difference actually. So I wouldn't look at that. What any company needs to do is to make sure that they grow, they grow profitably, they attract investors, they attract customers, they have a solid product which customers are willing to pay for. These are simple things, but bringing it all together is the most important thing. And um, what you see in the short term should not be construed as medium to long term. So today the ecosystem has been affected because of global slowdown, right? I am very optimistic that our companies are and our entrepreneurs are smart enough to manage this situation and come out of this stronger, which is what I hope will happen. So I'm very optimistic about this. They are much smarter, the environment is much better, the government support is there, the funding support is there, emerging technologies give you opportunity for creating new products and services. So I'm very optimistic about the startups.
How you see CII after the CII Innovate Summit? How you see the next 5 years?
I'm very optimistic. I feel that maybe next year the global economy will start picking steam again, and it will actually be very good for India. And in several sectors we see infrastructure because of the government investment, automotive because of the consumer demand, the services sector, healthcare, construction, education. So I am very optimistic about the next 5 years and the next 25 years. I feel that India will transition to a developed economy. India will transition to a $30 trillion economy.
Recently, our Prime Minister has, given a speech and told that we are going to be, it will be a developed country. Okay, so what's your views on that?
I completely subscribe to the same belief. I have seen from 1993 when India was a $800 billion economy to 3.6 trillion today. That's about a 5 times growth in about 30 years. I believe that we can grow 5, 10 times in the next 30 years. So that's where I'm coming when I talk about $30 trillion economy by 25 years.
That's really great. So thank you so much, sir, for giving time to Global Business Line, and very much thank you for this particular summit to bring it on. And I hope to see more further kind of innovation and summits and from CII sides. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Mangal.
Thank you for having me.